Hi everybody, today is Saturday, June 20th, and my yellow rose bush is doing good. I sprayed it with the neem oil yesterday afternoon because I noticed that sawflies were starting to attack this rose bush. So I sprayed this one, and then, oh, here's little Sheila. The grass is very high. I'm hoping that my boyfriend Nathan cuts the grass because it's getting super high. It needs to dry out a lot because we got a lot of rain late last night. But hopefully he can cut the grass before he goes to Uber Eats. He's gonna try to knock out, I think he got 22 delivery trips last night, and he signed up to do 40 this weekend. And Sunday it says 99% chance of rain, so he doesn't really want to do that in the rain again. Last night was enough. But I also reapplied the neem oil to this rose bush here, and I'm hoping that this helps it, and I hope it gets better. I'm not sure if I need to reapply the neem oil after a rain. So if any of you know about that, leave me a comment. But yeah, everything is saturated here. But and I reapplied the neem oil to this rose bush here. So hopefully it'll dry out enough so that Nathan can cut the grass, because it's getting quite high and we're supposed to be getting more rain on Sunday. But I wanted to show you this little hosta here that has been struggling for the last 6-7 years or so. This is the first time that I've seen purple flowers on it. So it's finally doing really well, and I hope it continues to do well. We had some really serious drought conditions for the last several years, so it never got this big before. But since it did rain heavily, we can pull more of these thistles over here and in the front. I'll probably have to do that, because I know I can't cut the grass because I have a horrible allergic reaction to the grass clipping smell, and I start to wheeze, and yeah, well, it was quiet. But yeah, people get their lawns mowed by a service. They have like a super industrial lawnmower that they use, and so they can do it when it's totally saturated like this, because I don't know if you can see the glistening, but yeah, it's super wet, but this grass is very high. Excuse me. So I'm gonna try to be quiet, you know, and let Nathan get his rest. And I need to persuade him to cut the grass, because it's getting high in the front too. It always grows faster here in the back. I don't know why that is, but where I live, the code enforcement from the village writes you up, or first they give you a warning, and then if you don't rectify it, then they give you a fine for if your grass is too high, or if you have too much debris in the front or on the side of your house. So they want the neighborhood to look nice, and that's understandable. But when we've had all this rain, several days in a row, it's kind of hard. And I can't afford to have a lawn service do it. Back when I was working, able to work, then I had a lawn service. And then I met Nathan, and he's like, you don't need to be paying a lawn service. I'll do it. I'll cut the grass. So, but then he didn't realize how much work it entails. Because he lived in Hyde Park, which is a section of Chicago. There's different, sections. Anyway, there's a little village and Lincoln Park and all these different neighborhoods. So, but he lived in the city, so he was never used to having to do lawn work. But and maybe I can clip back some of this stuff. And this one fern bush here is growing like gangbusters too. So that's good. It's the only one left. I had planted 8 because there were 8 kids in my mom's family. Really 7 because the one daughter, Nancy, she didn't make it. But technically there were 8, but only 7 survived and thrived, as they say. But I had planted 8 here, and my next door neighbor's son, Tommy, decided to try to poison all of the fern bushes that I had planted because his mom didn't like that I planted them after she put up her wood fence. So they were trying to kibosh them. And they also took the hose from their chlorinated outdoor spa and they would put it over the fence, and they were trying to poison with the chlorinated water. So, yep. But anyway, the same neighbor has a yard sign now in her front lawn from the same roofing contractor that I have. So I sent a text message to my guy and I said, hey, if they get work done through you guys, that counts as a referral discount, right? Because they had different things. They said a Yelp review and and there's like 4 things where you could get a referral discount for. So she now has one of their yard signs. So that's her, and then the neighbor 2 doors down, she also has a yard sign from my roofing company. So cool beans, eh? Yeah. You get like $50 for each referral. So, if anybody is in the Illinois area or Wisconsin or Indiana and you see this, and if you need roofing work, because we had the hailstorms and heavy downpouring of rain, and then over 50, 60 mile per hour gust winds, and there was tornado conditions at one point during one of them. So a lot of people in this area got damage to their roofs and their gutters and fascia, all that jazz. So, but I also wanted to show you over here. Yeah, see, it's muddy here now. Anyway, looks like the sawflies are attacking this maple tree. Sherry, quit pulling me. Oof. But yeah, you can see that the sawflies are attacking the maple tree that's growing in between the fences. But it's not affecting this, these other weeds. So, it's really bizarre. But anyway, something's attacking that weed. that big broadleaf weed. So anyway, it's like, if Nathan could cut the grass, and then if we have any type of grass seed, now would be the time to loosen the soil in these bare spots and put grass seed down, Or if you wanted to do another application of weed and feed, because look at the clover. Look at all those little white flowers are clover. Ugh. You probably will just have to wait till next spring. There's a company called Pure Prairie Organics that a neighbor 5 doors down uses. He's got the greenest lawn out of everybody in my whole subdivision. So, and it's all organic, and it's not harmful to pets or people. So we might just have to see if we can afford it next spring and get them. Oh, here, let me get a shot of how high the grass is. Can you see how high it is? Oh, wow. That's not really grass. That's weeds probably growing. But anyway, we still have to cut it. Got to cut the lawn. So maybe I'll make a special breakfast for Nathan. Maybe pancakes and scrambled eggs. And last night he worked until about I think it was like 2 or 3 a.m. when he finally got done. And he got I think he got 22 trips. And he said they weren't that high of a dollar amount, but they were short distances. And so, bing, boom, boom, boom. And sometimes he would get 2 at a time. And so he's got to get 40 trips this weekend. Anyway, one of his pickups was at Portillo's. And he saw that there were bags there, that hadn't been picked up. And then an hour later, he got another pickup for Portillo's. And the same bags of food were there. It was 2 of them, and they were ready to close. They were 5 minutes to closing, and he asked, one of the Portillo's workers, nobody picked these up yet? And they're like, nope, they've been here for quite some time. And they're like, you want them? And so Nathan said, yeah, cool, sure. And there were 4 plain hot dogs, 1 double cheeseburger, 2 regular cheeseburgers, and 2 large order of fries, and 2 cheese cups. So it's oh my God. That had to have been at least $40 worth of food. Maybe 50. But it was so weird. The hot dogs are plain. It's who would order a hot dog from Portillo's and not have any condiments on it at all? Because normally they come with mustard, ketchup, relish, chopped up onion, celery salt, 2 half slices of tomato, and they're small slices, and a pickle spear. And this person, whoever ordered them, got 4 plain hot dogs. It just blew my mind. Anyway, because the hot dogs at Portillo's are $4.79 each. So it's why wouldn't you want to get any condiments on there? Oh, did you hear that bird? Shayla's wanting to go back inside and go back to bed because it was a late night. But there's a bird that just did and I heard a woodpecker too. This tree over here in my neighbor's backyard is quite large. And whenever we have these really gusty winds and bad thunderstorms and everything, I always worry that one of the branches is going to get hit or crack off and fall on my house. My little ranch house, one-story ranch house. So I hope that never happens. One of the branches, I think it was last summer or fall, something like that. A big, huge branch got struck by lightning and fell on that neighbor's back part of their house. They have like a screened-in back patio, and it fell on there, and it was there for like a month before they did anything with it. It was like, oh my God. I don't know if you see the robin on the top of the fence. There. There's the birdie. Birdie, birdie, birdies. Hi, little robin. Oop, there it goes. Oops, hope I didn't scare it. Anyway, so yeah, it was raining quite a bit last night. And so all the weeds in between these patio bricks is growing even more. I'll try to do what I can, as much as my body will let me. But, I don't know, my body is not really, don't go in the downspout. Anyway, so, what was it? Thursday, I had an appointment at my pulmonologist office. And I was rushing, and Nathan drove his car, and I drove my car because he had to go up to his condo to meet the electrician that is doing the work for the fireplace restoration in all of the condo units. So he had to rush up there instead of go to my appointment, but he got me there because I couldn't remember how to get to the office. That's another thing, you know, when you've been on a whole bunch of medications for a long period of time, your brain kind of doesn't want to function like it used to. Anyway, getting out of the car, I was rushing and I scraped my right kneecap on like the door, the cup holder or whatever that's on the side of the door. Yeah, so this wound where I had a clear glass Pyrex dish lid fell and cut and severed a major vein where I was bleeding for like 20-25 minutes and bleeding a lot very quickly. That was back on February 14th. That finally healed, and then I do this. So, I don't know, this right leg of mine is really taking a beating. So, but yeah, I was making a homemade chocolate mousse for my boyfriend Nathan for Valentine's Day, and he called me. He had just left to go do Uber Eats, and it was around 6 o'clock in the evening, and he calls me, and I'm trying to get the chocolate mousse that's in the Pyrex dish into the fridge. So I got the cell phone on the counter, kitchen counter, and I try to put it in the fridge, and my refrigerator door doesn't stay open. It slowly starts to close, if you don't hold it. And so yeah, it was like I was rushing to get it in the fridge. It slid right off and went poof, and cut my leg. And I never saw myself bleed that much, that fast. So it kind of freaked me out. So then I called him and I said, Nathan, I just cut my leg. It's bleeding profusely. I couldn't really bend all the way down to put pressure on it to stop it. And so he had to come right back. And it was quite a mess. And luckily Shayla was a good girl, and she stayed out of the kitchen until Nathan cleaned up the blood. And needless to say, the socks and the pajama pants. Good thing I wasn't wearing nice pants. I was wearing like pajama pants. Those all ended up in the garbage because it was just a horrible mess. But anyway, oh, and last night when I was walking Shayla at about 12:30 in the morning, because I saw it was going to rain, so then I took her out for a little potty walk. We almost got sprayed by a skunk. We were walking along, and then Shayla stopped and looked backwards, and she was looking at something, and so I stopped, and I'm like, what are you looking at? All of a sudden, there's a skunk going up one of my neighbor's driveways, like maybe 30 feet away from us. And Shayla saw it, and she started going crazy and barking and, jumping and getting all hyper. And I'm like, shh. I'm like, no, don't scare it, because it'll spray. So then we hightailed it. I'm like, come on, let's go home. Let's go. And we walked really fast. Yeah, we saw a skunk last night, huh? Yeah, so I was like, oh my gosh. But we didn't get sprayed, luckily. And then the heavy rain came. So it probably went somewhere, undercover. But I was like, oh no, I do not want to get sprayed by a skunk. No. That would be Shayla's first skunk spray. My previous dogs all got sprayed by a skunk because I didn't have them on a leash. And I would let them out in the backyard, the fenced-in backyard, and sure enough, there'd be a skunk, like, in between the fences, and they would get sprayed. And tomato juice does not work. That is a myth. Take it from someone who knows. What you have to do is you have to get baking soda and their doggy shampoo, and you make like a paste, right on your dog. And you have to wash them several times. I think I had to wash Cassidy and Cuddles like 6 or 7 times before the smell was dissipating. And, oh, don't lay down in the wet grass, honey. Oh, now I'm going to have to wipe you down. Ugh, I am smelling a skunk smell. Ugh. Now, it's hard to determine if it's an actual skunk or if it's something else, if you get my drift. Because I have a neighbor 2 doors down, and I think he's 19 or 20 years old. I know he graduated from high school, but he smokes a certain type of thing, and that stinks like a skunk. Ugh. Yeah, we're going in. I can't handle it. I don't see what the appeal is of marijuana, because it stinks horribly. Nope. All right, Shayla, come on. Yeah, it stinks out here. And now I have to wipe you down. Yeah. Normally Nathan wipes her paws and belly and everything. Yeah, Daddy gives you the 4-paw service, huh? Yeah. Well, Daddy is sleeping, because we went to bed at about 5 o'clock in the morning. The birds were chirping then, and the sun was coming up. And he took her for a quick potty walk, because it wasn't raining and stuff like that. And he's like, why don't I just walk her? And I'm like, all right. And then he fed her too. I'm like, no, she gets fed between like 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm like you're throwing us all off schedule. He's like, well, I want you to be able to get, some sleep too. Well, you know what? It didn't really work, because my body, automatically wakes up. And so I took her out, and she did a little pee-pee. So, but yeah, she already got her food. She's gonna be all confused. She'll be like, Mama, where's my food? It's like, Daddy already gave you your food. Yeah. But today I want to try to plant my 2, they're husky red cherry tomato plants. And one of them, already, yeah, it's this one over here. It has 3 cherry tomatoes already growing. Yeah, see? Can you see them? Oops, sorry. Let's see. This is a better angle. There we go. There. I'm just going to plant them in these things because if we do get like a heavy rain, then I can move them. So if they don't, oops, sorry, that's my incense holder. So I'm going to put some good dirt in here. And one year I got a couple of tomato, well, actually 2, because these are from that. They were from Home Depot, and they did really well, and they gave us a lot of tomatoes. So, but yep, they got rained on too. And there's little yellow flowers, so that means that's a tomato. Yeah. So the leaves look really healthy. Looks really good. Shayla, no, we're not going to go lay in the wet grass. I know you want to lay in the sun, but Mama has to go in. Because I don't know if it's an actual skunk or if it's my neighbor smoking something that smells like a skunk. And hopefully, at some point during the summer here, my boyfriend Nathan can, lay on his Chase Lounge there and get some sun and fresh air and a chance to relax. So it's my mission to have him do that at least a few times this summer and fall, because this Chase Lounge sat out all last year and he didn't have time to lay and sit in the Chase Lounge and just relax. So he needs to relax, but there's so many things to do. And I'm sure y'all can relate. It's like there's so many things to do and not enough hours to do them. So, alright, we're going to go inside because my breathing is really getting affected by the skunk smell. Hope you all enjoy your day or your night whenever you're viewing this. And thank you for watching. And if you would please like the video, and if you would be so kind as to subscribe to my channel, I promise that I'll get more interesting content. So, and if you want to leave me a comment about if I need to reapply the neem oil after the heavy rain that we had last night, because I put the neem oil on, I want to say it was 6 o'clock in the evening last night, and then we got heavy rains at about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know if it washed all the neem oil away. So, I guess that's it for right now. And I'm so excited about the cherry tomatoes. They taste so yummy. Because sometimes the ones in the store don't have a really good taste. They're just kind of blah. But when you grow them yourself and they don't get sprayed with all those chemicals and whatnot, they taste so delicious. And if you would be so kind as to watch and subscribe to some other YouTube channels, Kirby's Mom Minion Shirts. Sorry about that, Kirby. MD Media 18, Hellaboard, Pseudonym. It's SU, the number 3, DENIM, and Julie Curtis, Tree Hugging Buddhist, Adrian, DT, Hippie Chick 69. Oh gosh, who else? And of course the big channel that all of us in this group follow the DOA, the Defender of Ants. His other channel is also called the Lord of the Gadflies. So check him out. And oh gosh, who else? I can't think right now. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting anybody. But please check out those channels if you would be so kind. Give them a like and subscribe. Watch their stuff. They have really cool content. And yeah, I think that's it for right now. We'll close out on the shot of the empty Chase Lounge. And hopefully my boyfriend Nathan will be able to sit and relax and get some sunshine and fresh air. Did you hear that bird? It sounds like there's a woodpecker. Do you hear the tapping? Ooh, there's a bird. Ooh, robin. Alright, I'm going to close this out. Rambled on long enough. And hope everybody is happy, healthy, and safe. Bye for now.